headlines.
Last month, America and Israel suffered what some have called their biggest crisis in 35 years. After Israel announced plans to build in Ramat Shlomo, the Obama administration slammed the Israeli... Oh my God.
You know what?
What a crazy country.
I am high as a kite right now.
Is this being televised?
Apparently so. The headlines.
It was a big crisis, Annie. The biggest one in 35 years. After Israel announced plans to build in Ramat Shlomo, the Obama administration slammed the Israeli government for threatening proximity talks. In a related story, a 12-year-old boy was recently discovered to have built a birdhouse in Gilo, causing President Obama's head to spontaneously combust. The boy's parents did go on record, however, saying the birdhouse had been planned since 2007. When cynically asked what would happen when the time comes to build Sukkot next fall, the Prime Minister said, "Who cares? I'll be in Sinai with everybody else."
On April 20th, millions of Israelis joined together to celebrate Israel's 62nd birthday. On April 21st, thousands of cows joined together to sit Shiva. No word on whether they said Mooner's Cowdish. Okay, I'm fired. Speaking of fire, the recent volcano over Iceland caused chaos around the world, grounding thousands of travelers in and outside Europe. While stranded in New York, the Prime Minister of Norway actually governed his country remotely, using an Apple iPad. Now that Israel has removed its iPad ban, we can look forward to Ehud Olmert coordinating more illegal building deals from prison.
High-ranking IDF official Yossi Baidatz gave a rather pessimistic view ahead of the anticipated proximity talks between Israel and the Palestinians, stating, "Although President Abbas claims to be interested in an agreement, his flexibility on the core issues is limited, and we don't see any real attempt at being more flexible on the essential matters." Baidatz attributed Abbas's lack of flexibility to his dropping out of yoga class at the Ramallah YMCA. Who wrote this crap?
From yoga to yogurt, it is time for a food update. Yoplait has added some new flavors to their lineup.
Ananas Sport TV, because nothing says sporty like a large painted vintage fruit.
Wasn't there just some story about a pineapple rapist?
I don't know what that was.
Okay. You know, Yoplait is really going all out here. Here's another offering for those days when you are just not feeling so alluring. Afarsek Khatub, shapely peach. Because there is nothing I want more than a peach-shaped figure. And you know, actually, Benji, all of these yogurts are excellent for treating yeast infections.
I know what that's like, Annie.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this next one, this restaurant in our very own city is positioned to make quite a killing in the meat market. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. Kosher? I know the food is.
And speaking of kosher, the Jewish Federation honors, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
And finally, this last shot features the logo of a local alcohol catering company. Hangover. Really? Is this really going to encourage anyone to drink? It's like calling your catering company food poisoning.
It is like calling your escort service chlamydia.
You know what it's like? It's kind of like naming your cat...
You know, let's just back to the headlines.
Right.
I think they get it.
Okay.
After speculation as to whether or not he would attend, Judge Richard Goldstone decided to go to his grandson's bar mitzvah last month in South Africa, despite threats to protest the report bearing his name. Goldstone is now rumored to be working on a report about Operation Cast Head, based on the gifts given to his grandson at the bar mitzvah party in the bathroom.
Yeah!
Kids these days.
Mr. Goldstone's grandson is in the audience tonight.
I'll tell you when you're older, Benji. And now for a sports report. Let's send it to our correspondent, Udi LRU. Udi!
Thank you. That's right, it's me, Udi, here to give you the latest and the greatest on the final day of the huge tournament, the Hebrew Unending Greeting Exchange Tournament. Here we have the cream of the Israeli crop when it comes to men who can relate no bissel of pertinent information with hours of conversation. There are two finalists left. Let's hear them come out now. First, hailing from Kibbutz Peratz, alone on the phone. And hailing from Bartok Shivli, we have Gidon, your high horse. These two men are so good at what they do, they can go for hours on end without actually saying anything. Now, as they're warming up, may I remind you of the rules. There are no repeats allowed, and you have 10 seconds to come up with an answer. The judges now will give the sign for the cell phone clip to see who goes first. And it's go time. Let's see who comes out with their phone first. Gidon is the winner. He's going to start things off. Let's hear what he has to say.
Boker Tov!
Boker!
Boker Mitsuyan!
Oh, classic triple morning greeting. Notice well. Gidon gave a modifier Mitsuyan, thereby avoiding repeating Boker Tov.
Manyanim.
בסדר, מה קורה?
כל טוב, מה איתך?
חוקר הגיעו, אתה יודע, מה חדש?
הכל זורם מעניינים!
Now the juices of asinine conversation are flowing. Listen how each man listens to what the other says, responds thoughtfully, and yet never says anything at all.
טוב מאוד, הכל בסדר?
Oh, Alon blows the challenge whistle. We'll hear what the judges have to say because Gidon used Beseder without a modifier. Alon, of course, being a stickler for the rules, hails from the German colony. He has won many a match this way, including last week's semi-final against Yuri in my face. And the judges are going to allow Gidon's response. Alon, upset naturally from the German colony. Let's go back to what Gidon said.
טוב מאוד, הכל בסדר?
ברוך השם!
ברוך השם יום יום!
ברוך השם ישתבח שמו!
Ooh, very good move, but using a three-peat this late in the match, Alon could be running on fumes.
אז... מה שלומך?
Oh, Gidon comes up with Ma Shomcha. Very simple, often overlooked Ma Shomcha. Clearly, Alon is rattled. He has 10 seconds to answer or he will be disqualified.
אז אולי אני... לקנות שווארמה!
No, that's not going to do it. Gidon is the champion. Alon used a sentence with a subject, noun, and verb that had actual bearing on the conversation. There's no room for that in this game. Well, that'll do it for us here at the Huge League. Join us tomorrow night when we have the NASCAR-sponsored Monit 500 WCAN-PIC Who Can Avoid Nailing Pedestrians in the Crosswalk Race. Until next time from all of us here at the Huge Tournament, remember, just because you have nothing to say doesn't mean you shouldn't say anything.